Hey folks, so every year around the Easter time, on Good Friday, and then generally on Easter morning actually, we sing this song called The Lord of the Dance. And I think it's an old Irish tune. I'm not going to sing it to you. You'll all unsubscribe and leave me here alone by myself for the rest of my life. But I will include a link to it in the description. It's a great song. You've heard it before, I'm certain. Anyway, the song is really the song about Jesus, describing his life, describing his ministry, describing his mission as a dance. And throughout the entirety of the song, he talks about dancing. The narrator of the song, who in this case is Jesus, is talking about dancing. He's talking about dancing with the birds and the animals, and dancing among the trees, dancing with God through creation, trying to dance with the Pharisees, but the Pharisees not being very interested in dancing with the poor, dancing with the lame. He talks even about dancing with the devil on his back. The song describes the progression of Jesus' life through the crucifixion, and then powerfully describing the resurrection. Every year we sing this song, I Cry. Every year we sing this song, I Cry, and it's not because it describes his death, and I feel lamentful about that. Though I do. I feel sorrow on Good Friday. But I cry because that song describes my faith. It describes what I believe the Christian faith should be about. Now, I don't know if I've ever told this story on this channel. I know the people in my church have heard this story, but I'm not sure if I ever told the story here. But this is something that happened to me one day. I went to a meeting on one side of town here in Shelburne, and I was wearing just a shirt, and I had I had a bag, had a satchel with me with my journal in it and some pens, and I was at a meeting, and it was a beautiful sunny day. And then I had to leave that meeting, and I had to go to another meeting on the other side of town. And me trying to be healthy, I thought I would walk. It was only about 1 kilometer, so I left that first meeting, and I started on my walk to my second meeting. And I bet you like 5 seconds, I was out the door about 5 seconds from the first meeting, and it started pouring rain. And I don't mean it was raining. I mean it was pouring rain. All right, it was that kind of rain. It was just, within a couple of minutes, it was dripping off my face. I was dripping wet. And I uttered a prayer. I said, Lord, could you just, make it stop raining until I can get to my meeting? Maybe 5 seconds later, it rained even harder. It was like somebody was literally pouring a bucket of water on me. It was drenching. It was that kind of rain that as you're walking, you can feel yourself hitting another. It was just horrible. It was horrible, and it was cold. It was a beautiful summer day, but the water was cold, maybe because I was so warm. The water was cold. I was soaking wet. I was drenched to the bone. I did not have a coat. I did not have an umbrella. I did not have I had nothing. So I keep walking to this meeting. Come on, Lord, lighten up just a little bit. Lighten up. And man, thunder, lightning, heavy rain, even heavier rain. It did not lighten up at all. It got progressively worse. The rain became progressively worse as I walked. And I finally, I don't know, maybe like the third or fourth time that I said something, come on, really? Well, you know what? It can't possibly rain any harder. And I remember in town, I was down I was on the sidewalk in front of the Chinese restaurant here in Shelburne. And this dump truck comes rolling past. And the dump truck hits a puddle. And as the dump truck hits the puddle, of course, the water splashes over me. It got worse. And that's when I realized what was actually going on for me in that moment. And I just started laughing. I started literally laughing out loud. My face hurt. The smile on my face was so large. I don't smile a lot, and the smile on my face that day was it was ear to ear, all teeth. It hurt my face. And I was laughing and I was smiling, and then I started rejoicing. I started rejoicing. God, thank you for taking this time with me. Thank you for taking this time and listening to me. Thank you especially for taking this time and playing with me. I realized God was playing with me. Every time I asked God to take away the rain, it rained harder. Every time I complained, it rained harder. And when I finally said, fine, it can't possibly get any worse, I was literally drenched to the bone like I had jumped in the harbor. God sent the dump truck to make it just a little bit worse. In that moment, even though I wasn't getting what I wanted, I knew God was listening. In that moment, even though I wasn't getting my way, God was poking me, teasing me, egging me on, tormenting me in that playful maritime way we seem to do here. I don't know how often in my life I've ever felt that connected to God. This Christian journey should not be an arduous one. This Christian journey should not be a journey of rules and checklists and guidelines. It should not be a journey where we police our brothers and sisters. It should not be a journey where we judge those around us as acceptable or unacceptable, as Christian or not Christian. This journey that we walk with God, in whatever capacity we're walking in, needs to be a journey of joy. God seeks, above all things, a relationship with you and I. A relationship of joy, a relationship of play, a relationship of dancing. The mea culpas have their place, but only in so much that it leads us back to the dance floor, to dance with the one that created us, that leads us to the laughter and the smiles that come from spending time with the one that created us. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord's face be made to shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord's countenance be lifted up to you. May you always know the peace of being in the Lord's presence. And I pray that as you walk this journey of life and faith, that you're able to experience the joy of this dance. Amen.